die deel van liefde te sê vandag, want dis hoekom jy hier is. In die lewe gaan om liefde, huwelik gaan om liefde. So ek gaan weer vir julle 1 Korintiërs 13. Dis die deel wat my die mooiste liefde opsom. Dit is miskien iets wat julle altyd kan oor en oor lees, want dit sê so baie. 1 Korintiërs 13 van die eerste vers af. Nou wys ek julle nog al wat die allerbeste is. Al praat ek die tale van mense en engele, maar ek het geen liefde nie. Het ek 'n stuk klinkende metaal of 'n galmende simbaal geword. Al het ek die gawe van profesie en al ken ek al die geheimenisse en al besit ek al die kennis en al het ek al die geloof om berge te versit. Ek het geen liefde nie, dan is ek niks. Al deel ek wat ek het aan ander uit en al gee ek my liggaam prys om dit daarop te kan beroem, maar ek het geen liefde nie, baat dit my niks. Die liefde is geduldig, die liefde is vriendelik, dit is nie afgunstig nie, dit is nie grootpraterig nie, dit is nie verwant nie, dit handel nie onwelvoeglik nie, dit soek nie sy eie belang nie, dit is nie liggeraad nie, dit hou nie boek van die kwaad nie, dit verbly nie oor die onreg nie, maar verheug hom oor die waarheid. Dit bedek alles, glo alles, hoop alles en dit verdra alles. You know what basically this piece says to you? It talks about jealousy, it talks about love one another, and it talks about a lot of things. But the main message through this book, from Genesis to Revelation, is a love letter. And the best I can sum it up for you, the love part that I said to you now, is if you want love, you must sow it. So in other words, in marriage especially, is to have the mentality of a waiter, is to take the serviette from around the neck and put it over the arm and say, what can I do for you, instead of what can you do for me. That is the secret of marriage, is serving one another. Because that's sow and reap. Because in business you sow and reap, in friendship you sow and reap, in family you sow and reap, in farming you sow and reap. If you sow love, you will reap love. It's as easy as that. If you sow conflict, you will reap conflict. And that is basically what love is all about. That's what marriage is all about. And when you do good to somebody, or to someone, and you obviously you're going to receive something back. I never put in petrol and don't ask the guy, listen, is it cold here in the night? How far you guys drive in the evening? How long is your shifts? Etc. Or whatever, a person behind the counter. I never did that and I had a bad reply. I always got a positive reply. Because that's the love, that's what people want. If you walk out of that door with love in your heart and your light shone, the light of the Lord, that's what the people need out there. They don't need more preachers, they need more light. And we are the light. That is what it's basically all about. And from today, you are a unit. And if you open you up for more love, and God deposit more love in you, and you turn to one another as a unit, imagine what power with love you can send out there, not only to your children, but to the people out there that so desperately needs it. And that is what a marriage is, one of the main things of a marriage. Okay. I wrote some stuff down what I want to say to you. I'm not going to make a very long thing. I think you got the message. According to your ID numbers, you're not children anymore, so you've been through life. There's nothing I can teach you. But I want to, must I say this in English as well, or would you like it in Afrikaans? In English. What is love? Love is the absence of judgment. Love does not dishonor. Love is a soulmate connection. Love notices the good points of someone and not the bad. Love is when the other person's happiness is more important than yours. Love is to share the things that you might be ashamed of. Love is kind, love is humble, love is patient, love never gives up. Love never stops trusting, love is mutual respect, love is reaching your dreams together. Love is to take life a little less seriously. Love is to control your anger. Love is to protect someone from pain and not causing it. Love is to be okay with apologize. Love does not keep records of the wrong. Love is to be willing to change. Love is to do what is right and not what is easy. And love is absolute communication. That's what love is. So you guys here today are here because of marriage. So what is marriage? I sum that up as well. Marriage is the union of two good forgivers who loves unconditionally. I'm going to say that again. Marriage is the union of two good forgivers who loves unconditionally. It's best friends, it compromise, it encourage. Marriage inspire one another, it keep each other's secrets, it admit when you're wrong, it's accountability, it's safety, it's honesty, it's support, it's cooperation, it's trust. Marriage is respect, it serves cheerfully, really where the way the piece comes in. It apologizes humbly, it balances different personalities. I just want to stop there. Lenay, for you, 6 plus 3 is 9, but for Llewellyn, 5 plus 4 is also 9. You get the same end result, but the thinking patterns towards that is different. So you have to keep that in mind. People are thinking differently than one another. Respect each other's boundaries, express admiration, express gratitude. Divorce is 50-50. Marriage is 100-100. It's protection. Marriage is to keep private things private. It's from this day onwards to think like a team. And then a very important point. If there's a problem, because problems do occur. If there's a problem, attack the problem and not one another. Take the problem, put it down there, give it a name, and attack that, and not each other. Magic words for marriage, or healthy words, what you should hear more. I'm sorry, I believe in you, you can do it, thank you, you're right, I was wrong. Okay, well, and that takes about 40 years to grow in for a husband, but don't worry, you'll get eventually there. Please forgive me, I trust you, you made the right decision, tell me about it, I want to understand, let's do it your way. I don't know where I'd be without you. You look amazing. I'd like to help. I missed you and I love you. That's the magic words. People must hear more. And then I'm going to conclude with things to avoid absolutely in marriage. The first thing is pride. Blaming and guilt trips. Sarcasm. Criticism. Disrespect. Judgment. Lack of priorities. Playing the victim. Ignoring problems. Expecting perfection. There's not a perfect husband, wife on this earth. There never have been and there never will be one. So don't expect a perfect husband or perfect wife. Repeating the same mistakes, comparing your relationship to others is a no-go. Controlling, giving the silent treatment, and then gossip. Thing to avoid in marriage. I've said a mouthful of things now. The easiest thing that I can tell you, the easiest way I can tell you this, it's easy to start a fight. Everyone can start a fight. You know who's the strong person? That's the person that says, I can control myself, I love you, be blessed. That is the secret. Self-control together with servanthood, and your marriage will be till death to you apart, and that's why we still want to speak over your lives today. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay. I'm going to go over to the solemnization part. I'm going to start with you first, Llewellyn. Llewellyn Stephen Cockman. You declare that within your knowledge there's no impediment to your proposed marriage to Lenay Fraser present here, and that you call all those present here to witness that you take Lenay as your lawful wife. What is your answer on that?
Yes.
Lenay Fraser, you declare that within your knowledge there's no impediment to your proposed marriage to Llewellyn Stephen Cockman present here, and that you call all those present here to witness that you take him as your lawful husband. What is your answer on that?
Yes.
Okay, give each other the right hand, like you greet one another. It will be the last time that you greet one another with the hand. Don't worry. Llewellyn, you have declared here before all people present that you take Lenay to be your lawful wife. You promise before God to love her, never forsake her, maintain her faithfully as a devoted husband. You also promise to live with her in devotion to God and remain faithful to her in all things. What is your answer on that?
Yes.
Lenay, you have declared here before all people present that you take Llewellyn to be your lawful husband. Do you promise before God to love him, never forsake him, maintain him faithfully as a devoted wife? Do you also promise to live with him in devotion to God and remain faithful to him in all things? What is your answer on that?
Yes.
Okay, can I have the rings, please? It's a sign of unity and love. Okay, Llewellyn, you could first put on her ring. Okay. Lenay, jy kan syne vir hom aansit. Don't worry, you're not doing it every week, so it's in practice. Anything you would like to say to one another before I pronounce your husband and wife?
No, I think you said it all.
I said it all.
Yes.
Okay. Only one thing left for me to do, and that's to say I hereby declare that Llewellyn Stephen Cockman and Lenay Fraser are now legally and lawfully married, and now you may kiss the bride. Congratulations, guys. Whoa. Well done.
Oh.